Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to my channel. It is May I Scraplift You, and I am going to be scraplifting Love of Craft today. So she has this beautiful kind of text background with some paint on top of it, and I'm going to do the same thing. I've pulled out some products and some paint, so let's see what I can do. Alright guys, so my pattern paper here has a variety of fonts on it, which is a little bit different than the inspiration layout. And then I am using some Paper Artsy Fresco Finish Chalk Acrylic in marbles, and it is a kind of a tealy light blue. They're highly pigmented water-based acrylic paints. A lot of the times you don't even need to prime it. So you can use this on other things besides paper. You could use it in wood, all that kind of good stuff. I took a class from Paper Artsy at Creativation and just had a lot of fun with their products. So I'm going to go ahead and dry brush this on here. And I'm dry brushing it because there's no need to add water to it. Like there's just not. I don't want to thin it out. I want the opacity that is there. If you wanted it thinned out a little bit, you could do that, and adding water will kind of lower the opacity, but I wanted it, a little bit thicker. So I am only going to be putting paint down where you're going to see it. I'm not going to put the paint down where I'm covering it up. A lot of the times that doesn't bother me. I will just ink something up or paint something, but I specifically know that I'm not going to need it here, so I'm just not going to do it. I am just using a regular old brush here, nothing special about it. So I have these two photos, and I decide that I'm going to mat them on this green paper, and it's just a matter of, do I like it better on the solid green on green, or do I like it better where it has kind of this like off-white color, and it's just a matter of which one I like better. So I'm trying them out, trying to figure out which one looks the best, and then I make my decision and make it happen. So I decided to go with the paper part that had more of the white to it. And I did that because my text print has more of the white to it, and I just thought it looked better that way. Now I decide to switch up how I thought my photos were going to be. I originally thought that the blue sky one was going to be over on the right hand side, but I just decided it looked a little better this way. And since I'm already adding a second photo onto the layout, I just figured it worked a little bit better. Now I do have this little die cut piece. Now this die cut thing that I keep reaching for over on the left here is from Close to My Heart, and it's actually meant to be a calendar that you put together from January to December, and it has a variety of colors and themes throughout the entire thing. I do have two of them, and one is just sitting off to the side, so if I do in fact decide to make a calendar, I can use it, but I decided that this one, I was just going to use it as die cuts and just use it for my scrapbooking. Now these two little hearts do make it onto the page, but they are not going to stay over here where I have them. I really do like the look of these florals, and I think that they are a good match for what I have going on the photos. So I can not tell you how beautiful the cacti were in Arizona. Some of them were just gorgeous. Now we do have cactus around us here in California, but nothing like they are over here. Now, I'm sure parts of California have just as gorgeous cactus, but not where I live. So I am going to layer up these florals here and just tuck them in and have them over top other places. Now, I am not going to pop anything up on Fun Foam this time. And that's just a choice that I made because, I just didn't need to pop everything up on Fun Foam. I decided that I was going to go through a little bit of a flat layout kind of stage here. where things weren't going to be popped up. And that's just, you know, sometimes you go through phases where you want to have everything popped up on fun foam and you want dimension for days, and sometimes you just don't. And this is just one of those times where I was like, don't need it. So now I have the florals down and I need to bring these hearts back in. So I decide to put them up here, up at the top. And then I'm like, okay, need to wrap this layout up. Don't have a lot more to do, but I do have this little die cut kind of square thing. And I was thinking about bringing down and stapling the corner of the layout like it is in the inspiration layout, but I decided not to add that part in. First of all, hers was over on the left-hand side and I would have put it on the right, and I just didn't really think it needed it. Like, I like it the way it is. I am going to put this guy up here just to give it a little bit more interest up in this upper left-hand corner. And then I'm going to journal down here. I am journaling with a blue Muji pen. Most of the time I journal with a black one, but the blue one was handy and there's blue on the layout, so I figured it works. So I just go ahead and talk about how amazing the cacti are in Arizona. And then I find these little tiny word phrases, and I'm just going to sprinkle them about the page. Since there is so much writing in the background, basically text is a design element, and I'm just going to keep that theme going. I'm just finding the little phrases that I think are applicable, and I'm going to put them down just to decorate with them. Now, question for you guys. Applicable. Is that how you say it, or do you say applicable? Applicable makes me cringe. I don't know what it is, but it just, something about it's like nails on chalkboard to me. So I say applicable. Which way do you guys say it, or do you not even use the word? Like, it's one of those things, it's really weird because I have things that just grind my gears, and that's one of them. And it's like, how often do you say it, or how often do you hear it used? And probably not a whole heck of a lot, but it's enough that makes me cringe. I am using these really old water droplets. I think they were called dewdrops or something like that. So I'm just going to sprinkle them around. They are a good blue color for this layout. So I'm just going to put them in each cluster around the photos. And then that is going to do it for this layout, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for listening to me rant about the way to say applicable. And I will see you guys again real soon for another video.